Welcome back. I'm here this morning with Nathan Colombo of Creatordale and the creator of the month, John Michael Veach. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing this morning?
Great.
Good. So John Michael, you specialize in game and sound design. So talk about your latest game, Stone Throw.
Stone Throw is actually my first commercial game. It's releasing on Android and it's on the App Store as of yesterday. It's sort of a new genre we call an action stacker, which is sort of a combination between block puzzle games like Tetris and platformers like Mario. So you jump around and throw the blocks down to place them.
Neat. And so I know we have some video. If we could take a look at that video, what goes into creating something like this?
Like any art form, it's a lot of trial and error. I spent years just learning how to make it and really learning a bunch of different mediums, learning how to do sound design, studying film, studying art, and bringing that all together and trying to create an experience similar to a carnival game where you want the user to have a fun interaction.
And so then this is quite fascinating to me because building a game isn't just as simple as writing something. This takes a lot. Like, you have to build all the aspects within that. So what would even be the first process or the first step of even getting this to become a game?
You can really come at it from any angle. You start with a story or start with a gameplay idea. With this one, we really had the gameplay idea of having something that's similar to an arcade machine, so it's easy to play, just a joystick and a single button. And then the idea of a day-night cycle. So during the day, you place the blocks, and at night, you throw the blocks at the skeletons and bats. So it's the same button, so it's really easy to play. But you could also just start learning how to code, which is an integral part of all of it. Learning basic logic of it's a lot like making a watch. There's a lot of little moving parts and learning how they go together.
That is super neat. And so then how can people go about getting this game so that they can play it?
Just search Stone Throw on the Google Play Store.
Okay, and it's only available on Android right now. Okay, and then, but also you can play it on a computer, so there's a browser option. So if you don't have an Android, you're not out of luck.
That's true. You can go to addictiveloop.com, and the first two links are the Android and the browser-based. And Addictive Loop is our new company. And
so then talk a little bit about the projects that you've worked on with your studio, Addictive Loop.
Mostly it's a lot of smaller competition projects. There's this thing called a game jam, sort of like a 48-hour film festival, where you get a small group of people together and over the course of 2 or 3 days you create a game. And I've created about 12 projects in that style, and sometimes there's prizes and prestige, but it's mostly about fun and gaining skills. Yeah,
and so then what's next after this game? This is pretty darn impressive that this is going to be out for anyone and everyone to enjoy and have fun with. Are you already in the works of creating your next best game? What does that look like?
Yeah, well, right now I'm working on a project titled Synth Wizard for the moment. It's sort of like a Plants vs. Zombies game, but it's based on music. So there's a beat that goes and you create music that also defends against monsters that are coming. So I'm trying to spark people's creativity while they're having fun. But we're also interested in working with local businesses to create promotional projects, little games that you could put on your website or even on the App Store to help advertise. And just create a sort of a culture of creativity and using electronics in a way that really hasn't been done in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, most definitely. And so how has Creatordale kind of helped you, I guess, bring all this to fruition?
Well, they definitely put us in contact, and that's putting me in contact with the greater area. And Nathan Colombo actually believes in the project so much that he's got a 20% stake in my new company.
That's awesome.
And so we're working together and trying to make this a thing.
That is so cool. And then Nathan, any updates from Creatordale? How are things going?
I mean, every day it seems like I engage with another person that is a unicorn like John, somebody that is creative, passionate, capable, and understands the greater vision that we're not just creating for the sake of creating, but we're creating for the sake of redefining industry in Carbondale and Southern Illinois. And to be able to engage with John Michael in this project now is just, it's really reassuring, because John, like myself, we're homegrown Southern Illinois kids, right? We are reversing the rural brain drain by going out there and saying, there is a reason for you to be here doing these things. You don't have to take your creative talents and go to a big metro area to be successful, to be visible, and to create impact at the scale that you want to.
Yeah.
So
I think it's fascinating just what Creatordale and what you guys are doing for local creators. It's honestly, it's amazing. And real quickly before we go to break, how can a person become a creator and be a part of Creatordale? Is it pretty easy? Just reach out to you guys?
yeah, absolutely. They can go to creatordale.com. We've got a contact form at creatordale.com. You fill out that contact form and I'll be in touch.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And John Michael, this is so cool. I wish you all the best of luck. It sounds like you're going to have great success, and we'll be right back.